You don't get ripped after one workout. You don't heal a broken heart after one therapy session, and you don't build a healthy life after one weekend of meal prepping and saying no to toxic people. Let me break it to you. The unsexy truth is lasting change doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency. It is the boring, predictable, brick by brick work of choosing healthy behaviors again and again and again, laying those bricks. I am Sass, and this is Practice Your Positive Daily, the podcast talking about why consistency will always beat intensity, and we always leave with a training plan, so stay tuned. All right, welcome to Practice Your Positive Daily, the podcast. This is where we train your energy so you don't go negative by default. I am Sass, keynote speaker, energy coach, registered dietitian, boxing champ, blah, blah, blah. I am the one who can tell you from experience that it isn't one explosive round. We win the fight by thousands and thousands of reps and hours in the gym, and I'm here to help you train that. This show is for anyone who is tired of the all or nothing cycles and wants something that lasts. Every episode, it's the same thing. Real stories, training zone framework, and actionable walkaway reps to level up your life. All right, today we are talking about why the boring work is actually the real work and how to hang in the saddle even when gratification is anything but instant. All right, story time. So I'm going to talk about how the daily work of single parenting was laid brick by brick, not just one weekend of reading a book or setting a few healthy boundaries. I've been a solo parent for going on 6 years now. And right at the beginning of it, there was so much chaos within myself, within the family structure. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just, this will get better, right? Like in a month or two, everything will just go back to normal. And, spoiler alert, it took longer than that. It was in the daily times of me staying present with her, staying present with myself, not spiraling and thinking about the house and the paperwork and this and him and blah, blah, blah. It was the daily coming back again and again to who I wanted to be as a parent, to what behaviors I wanted to role model, knowing that she is doing what I do and much less doing what I say. It's again and again. And there are moments, whether it's single parenting or sports or getting fit or being positive, where it feels pointless. It feels like this will never work out. Like I'm putting all this time in and I don't see the outcome. And this is where most people quit because there's this gap between the effort and then the visible results. Again, no matter what you're chasing, and we're always chasing, we're always aspiring, we're always growing. And there's a big temptation, myself and maybe you too, about like, well, if I just worked harder, like I could just really, do the green smoothies and just really cut back and I'll lose the weight, or I'll just really put in all the hours at work and I'll definitely get that promotion. But the realization is that consistency is actually the shortcut. You don't transform in intensity, you transform in consistently. That is what builds your identity, and then the identity changes the behavior, and then it's only leveling up from there. So it wasn't until I fell in love with the process of, okay, she's a little bit older, there's new conversations, there's new parts of me, the relationship here has changed. I'm going to constantly be upgrading and constantly scanning myself and my behaviors to find what works for me and is satisfying and uplifting for myself and everyone around me. So we have 3 points, 3 training zones to fall in love with the process and not just the outcome. All right, zone 1, it's going to start mindset, right? This is where most people lose before they even start the game. We worship intensity, social media, the dramatic before and after, the weekend detox, the 30-day challenge. But here's what happens. When you go hard for 2 weeks, maybe a month, you feel like a badass, and then life happens. You fall off one day, you miss 3 days, you miss a week, you start telling yourself, oh, I'll start next Monday. Intensity is so sexy, but it doesn't last. It's consistency. That is choosing the healthy choice. That is choosing the healthy behavior today and tomorrow and the day after that, even when it's boring, even when nobody's watching, even when you don't see the results yet. The reframe is stop asking yourself, like, when will I see the results? And start asking yourself, am I falling in love with the process? Because you will keep evolving. Even once you reach whatever goal is in front of you, you're going to set another one. You're going to want to grow more. And so this process is never ending. We got to find a way to fall in love with it. All right. Number 2, movement zone. The second training zone is in movement. This is the embodied practice. We talk all the time about hanging in the saddle, staying in this world, being present here in this world in your body when your mind wants to be somewhere else. Working out, you know this, is not one push-up that makes you stronger. It's not one jab that makes you a champion. It's again and again, 1,000 jabs, 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 days of eating healthy. Our brains are wired for immediate feedback. So when we don't see it, we presume it's not there and it's not working. But consistency, showing up in your body, not allowing yourself to be out to lunch, not allowing yourself to be caught up in your mind, but staying in your body and doing the work every day, the physical behaviors, is where that consistency will show off. You can't control outcomes, but you can control consistency, and consistency always compounds. All right, point number 3, this is our favorite 1-2 punch, which is the expression and connection zone together. Here's the truth. Willpower is not enough. Motivation is not enough. You need people around you who are doing the same thing, who are running toward the same goal. When you have people around you, that can lift you up to keep going. I don't quit and you don't let me quit. We keep supporting and encouraging and uplifting each other in this connection. And that is what makes a team work so well, and why we got Team Positive. Let's just be so for real. That is why I started Team Positive, is so that for all of us who want to live this kind of lifestyle, we have other people around us holding us accountable, reminding us that consistency is the way. All right. So positive of the day, because you know, we leave in action. This is not just about talk. So this is the brick by brick challenge. All right, choose one daily practice, one brick, and lay it every single day for the next 30 days. Not 10 bricks, not a life overhaul, just one thing. Do one thing every day for 30 days. It could be 10 minutes of movement. It could be one boundary. It could be one reframe of negative self-talk. It could be one moment of connection, 5 minutes of gratitude. Write it down, put it somewhere that you'll see it, and tomorrow morning, lay that brick. And then do it again and again and again. Don't track the outcome. You're not doing it for the outcome. You're doing it to fall in love with consistency, with the process. It is not sexy, but it is the only way to build something that will last. All right, Team Positive, let's wrap it up. Listen, intensity feels powerful. Consistency feels boring. If intensity is a spark, though, consistency is the fire. You don't build a happy, healthy, connected life doing it for one weekend, 1 week. You lay it brick by brick, day by day, rep after rep. Just like you don't get ripped after one workout, you don't get healthy after one therapy session. It's the same thing. So as you practice your positive in daily life, fall in love with the process, hang in the saddle in your mind, in your body, and in your relationships. That's how we do it. All right. That's what Practice Your Positive is here for, the training zone, so you don't go negative by default. Listen, girl, I got you. We are here and we are doing it. I'm doing it too. All right. I am Sass. This is Practice Your Positive Daily, the podcast. Don't forget, train your energy or go default by negative. Boo. All right. I'll see you at practice.